Oh, this brings me to something that was said about your work in the reviews for your book, which
Mm.
people are just unanimously all about it. Um, I had a deep dive in those reviews, and this one particular review is very representative of the kinds of things folks are saying about these insights. One woman says, Jen hit a home run in with Beyond Happiness. This book is a moral compass to help us find sustainable happiness. And she talked about the exercises throughout the book. So
Mm.
tell us about this moral compass to sustainable happiness, and then share an exercise with us.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always a trip to hear about reviews. So thanks for sharing that. I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool what people
Yeah, it's
think
lovely.
about it. Um, so one of the things, I'm going to go back to the purpose and values. And so there's two distinct exercises I have in the book. I'll touch upon values because I think that's where moral compass comes in. So one of the exercises is called the happiness heartbeats, and it's basically, if you can imagine, like you're the star of your show, you're the protagonist of your movie, you're the hero in your journey. And if you go through your life, and I actually encourage it not just to be your work life, but to be your work and general life. And going back and thinking about what were your top highs and what were your lowest lows. And thinking that through, so I'll give you an example. Like for me, my highs was like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, uh, starting a company, hitting like Inc. 5000. Those were highs. And then my lows were losing my dad 18 years ago and, going through hard times with the company. And then ultimately, my latest lows losing Tony Shea, my co founder, and one of my best buds. So, what's interesting about that exercise is that when you actually kind of map that out and actually pull those highs and lows, understanding that the happiness not just comes from our highest highs, but it's also understanding why our lows were so low. And then you pull those themes out of like what people were there or not there, what values was I living or not living. And that's where that moral compass comes in. And by doing that exercise, I kind of like echoed this at the very beginning, is like that's when I realized my sense of independence, my sense of freedom, my sense of relationships. Then I was therefore guided by those values for the rest. Like I'm still living it that way. And sometimes when we have these really hard questions in life, do I leave this job? Do I, move to a different state? Do I take this relationship? Whatever it is, these this moral compass, these values that are presented when we reflect on our own lives are that much more, like it's a hard life. Let's just be real. But when we have that moral compass, when we have our values in place, it makes those difficult decisions a bit, if not a lot, easier.